What's up, everybody? This is Troy with DDM's Realm. I've got a quick guide for you here for the CTA Call to Arms event Gate Crashers that's going on this weekend. It's a pretty simple, straightforward event, but there's a couple cool things that I want you to keep in mind when you're looking at this and doing this one. Not a ton of rewards, but the rewards that you can get are pretty slick. As always, go to the event DS here in Protector's Enclave. Oh, if you haven't already, throw me a subscribe. I really appreciate it. Follow me on Facebook or Twitter, or become a patron. Any and all support I can get really helps out doing these for you guys. All right, back to it. Talk to this astral projection here in the middle, and go to the store here. You'll see that as you go through the CTA events, you'll actually get medallions of battle. As you collect those, then you can buy stuff. In this particular event, there is a bunch of fashion transmutation items, so you can change your gear into something else. Most of them actually look pretty cool if you like kind of an evil or sinister look. Very similar to what you'd find in the Chasm. There's a Blue Fire die pack, which is kind of nice if you like those colors that are part of it. As they're starting to do more and more events, which is nice, there's a Refiner's Cache, so if you don't want anything the event actually has to offer, you can actually just go ahead and buy these caches and pick up your stuff for refine points, which is pretty cool. Alright, so the rewards you can get for this are the Blue Fire weapons. Let's take a quick look at these. Ah, no, I kind of like the look of them. I like the eviler, kind of sinister looking weapons. I think they're pretty slick. And then there's also the Intellect Devourer here. Excuse me. That's this guy right here. Kind of a freaky pet, fun to have, and it's one that stuns, AE stuns things. So if you need a companion or want a companion that does that, this is definitely one to look at trying to get. The Devourer itself drops or comes from the chest. I think it can drop very rarely inside of the quest that you're doing, but it is an end reward, or just keep an eye out on the auction house because there will be a bunch of them up for sale by the end of the weekend, and I'm sure you'll be able to get one or two nice and cheap. Alright, once you are ready to do the CTA event, this particular one is level 60, so if you are 60 or lower, you might want to buff up. If you're 60 or higher, you should be plenty buffed as you are without needing to take potions or anything like that. To jump into the event, it's really easy. Go to your queue, and the top of the queue should be the actual event here. Call to Arms event and Gate Crashers. So let's jump through here, and we'll bust this one out real quick and show you what it's about. Alright, load it on in here. Once you are ready, go ahead and jump down into this area here. And really, all you're going to be is in this little arena. Ranged is really nice in here because you can hit up from both sides, but one of the things that you will notice that you can kind of anticipate where things are going to be, if you look up on that ledge, you'll see all the mobs except for the final boss running along that edge, and then you can tell where they're going to jump down and kind of meet them ahead of time. So if there's some guys that jump down, we'll come over here and meet them. Real straightforward CTA event. There's 3 waves and then a boss that comes out. You will want to run around and make sure you collect as much of the loot as possible and see if any of the cruel enchantments drop for you. Cruel enchantments are pretty nice. You can see right here that they have power and recovery, or defense and deflect, or movement and glory bonus. Any of these rarer ones, like the cruel, brutal, vicious, those enchantments actually have slightly better stats if you compare them one for one than the regular enchantments, like the dark, radiant, silver. You know what I'm talking about. They're actually slightly better than those, so if you can collect those and build them up, I highly suggest it because it is worth it, because you will end up getting your stats just a little bit higher. Alright, so we're going to keep an eye out. Sometimes groups spread out and each take one side or the other. Sometimes groups bounce back and forth. It just kind of depends on where you end up. Alright, so let's just go ahead and work through these waves. Again, we're going to keep an eye on the top here and see where our mobs are coming, and we can get a head start with them. This group seems to be kind of zigzagging back and forth. As you notice at the beginning, before everybody kind of got set up, the mobs will run down and then meet in the middle if you want to just hang out there and fight them there. It tends to go a little bit slower. The faster you kill one wave, the faster the next wave will appear. So try to take them out quick if possible. If you're looking at, especially looking at grinding out a bunch of medallions or hoping to get that's it, Intellect Devourer. All right, let's thrash some waves. Meet you at the boss. So I can see they're going behind there. We can make sure we meet him in the back. All right, boss is here. Giant dog. Doesn't do much special except for right there that A stun thing. But it's pretty easy, and any group should have a pretty easy time with them. All right. Well, there we have it. There's CTA. It's done. Your rewards here. Make sure you grab those here at the end. Right over here. You can get these are the medallions you're going to be getting. You get astral diamonds in here. Also, you get the higher ranking enchantments than what drops, as well as blue fire die packs. Something to keep in mind: if you want lots of the cruel enchantments, don't combine all of your cruels into another cruel. Make sure you split those up and enchant them one at a time because you're going to need multiple cruel enchantments to level it up. So you want to have lots in reserve so you can level those up and combine them back together. That's really it for the little guide here. I really appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't already, throw me a subscribe, become a patron, follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I really appreciate it. And if you have any other tips or tricks for this CTA Gatecrashers event, go ahead and post them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Play smarter, not harder.